Hey there, Agile Adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our TGIF, the product owner episode this week with Pascal Papathemelis. Hey, Pascal, welcome back.
Hello.
So product owner it is Friday after all. So we want to dive into what great product owners look like. But before that, do share with us who the potentially worst anti-pattern in the product owner role that you've witnessed in your career.
I have an example of a product owner that I've been having challenges recently. In one of the last teams I worked with, not too much, long time ago, and that is a product owner that takes all the space in the meetings. So if we have sprint planning, the product owner talks most of the time, and the team is really like mouth shut, and the product owner dominates everything and tells quite a lot to the team what the team has to do and needs to do, and then the team accepts that. And one of the things that it is the personality of the product owner that takes all the space and things, but it's also the fact that the product owner is the superior of the team. So I've seen even in the past, and I've mentioned always when I had the opportunity to say that the product owner should not be the line manager of the people in the team, but they should be equal, because otherwise he has a stronger force, and people might not be afraid, might not be having the courage to talk against the product owner if he's on something right, or not be able to give him feedback. So in that last product owner, we ended up now that the team is not speaking up. There is no psychological safety. We ended up on not having retrospectives, because the product owner says that this is lost time. It's not valuable time. Whereas I try to explain to the product owner, but that it's not the case. Me, who has worked with several hundred teams over the past 20 years. But the product owner is not listening. So you need to pick up your fights. And then I make a word to my sponsors and to the other people that at that time, that, with this team, we have a bit of a struggle, and we need to see how we move ahead. And it's not in my call. I cannot decide on the team composition that was given by the organization. So, but then I try to make, first I try to show the mirror to the product owner. If he listens and if he wants to improve, fine. Secondly, then I make things visible to the organization.
Well, one of the things that I hear from this story is this perhaps stress level also impacting how the product owner reacts, because of course they take so much responsibility and they want others to perform to the level of success that they expect of themselves, right? And then they try to manage all of that. And that, of course, brings more questions. The team steps back, makes less decisions themselves. That brings more work onto the PO. The PO gets even more overwhelmed, is more tempted to micromanage and direct. And you end up with the product owner perhaps even believing that they are the only ones that can save the team, and that without them, the team would not do anything. Therefore, even being more tempted to end all of the meetings that have nothing to do with them directly, right? Like the retrospective. I don't need any retros because I can tell the team exactly what they have wrong and what they need to fix. Did you see that?
There's nothing wrong because the team just needs to follow what I want to do in that case. Yeah. And yeah, if there is, it would be only the stress level, and if the product owner would be able to listen, then it would be fine, because then you could create a channel of communication with the product owner and analyze and help the product owner reflect on the situation. But if the product owner is not listening and you cannot have a channel, then you cannot coach the product owner, and you cannot coach a person who does not want to be coached.
Yeah, and that's an important insight. You can't help a person that does not want to be helped.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, we may start from that perspective. Okay, let's find something else that they may want help with. But if they ultimately prove that they don't really want help for anything, then there's very little we can do.
Yeah. And actually, this product owner was driving things that we don't need to have, sprint retrospectives, sprint reviews, all those. We were spending a 3-hour session for having like a review and a retrospective. He clearly stated that all those things are waste of time. We just should tell to the people what they need to be doing. So micromanaging, and we should not play with post-its. I got the accusation I'm a post-it fetishist. We tried to do those meetings.
Very good. Of course, this is a very important realization, right? Because that kind of comment clearly says that the product owner perhaps even feels threatened in their authority, and because they think perhaps that they are the only ones who can tell the team what to do and when to do it and how to do it, then any interference will be seen as a threat as well.
Could be. I don't know. I've done my own hypothesis, but it's very hard if I don't have a good channel with the product owner. Then when I work with him to verify or falsify the hypothesis. So there might be many reasons why the product owner behaves that way.
And sometimes it's just good to step back and let the product owner create their own either success or failure, whatever they are able to do.
Yeah.
Although in software, very rarely can one person succeed on behalf of the team. Usually the team needs to step up for success to become a reality. And of course, not all product owners are like this. Some are amazing as people and as professionals. So let's focus on one of those, Pascal. Share with us the story of potentially the best product owner you've ever worked with.
Oh, I've never thought about who would be the best, because I think many have been really good. And the common attitudes they have shown was that they were open for communication, active listening, good networkers, so that they know who are the stakeholders. They can have the discussions. They have the courage to say and confront the stakeholders. Yes, you need to persuade me, and I make the decision. And me as a coach or Scrum Master, I've been supporting that. Like once there was a leadership team and we were working on a new critical product in one organization. And then I made clear to the team, like one person will decide about the product, and that is the product owner. And if you want, and then when it was clear with the leadership team that that's the way we would work, then things went very fine afterwards. So we need to also help the product owners and create the space for them to thrive. And that was an action of that. I mentioned of the other product owner where I said that we're all in the same building. And I said that the product owner needs to have legs and walk around to meet his stakeholders. Another good thing for product owners that they have a good vision. like they understand what is the goal, that they should be suitable, challenging for the organization, for the level of maturity the organization is, and they should be able to break down the product in good granularity so that the team can pull from the backlog. I mean, the product owner should maximize the value the team creates, and by having a good backlog management and involving the team well enough in the refinement, that helps in the team in understanding the product and working on the right things.
Yeah, that ability to communicate is really critical. And when we think about the backlog, for example, which is a critical tool for product owners, it's far too often that we see backlogs that have fuzzy items, perhaps a collection of items that come from multiple stakeholders but have nothing to do with each other. So there's lack of coherence, lack of direction, and that point that you made about great product owners having a clear vision and being able to communicate it is really important, because we're going to discover so many ideas as we work with the product that if we don't have the ability to cohere, to bring those ideas together, it's going to create a very confusing and not perhaps the best possible product.
Yeah, and perhaps also, aim to the right level of MVP is something very critical to get started and learn and get feedback fast. If you, as a product owner, want to have upfront the perfect solution, then it will not be an MVP and it will not be an iterative process. And then you will get the feedback and the learning on the product quite late, because you will spend lots of time on doing something that might be perhaps totally wrong. And so having this understanding and mindset that we start small and then we evolve, and
the ability to think incrementally, which of course the product owner is the critical role for that also.
Yes.
Awesome. Pascal, it's been such a pleasure to have you in the show this week. Before we go though, where can people find out more about you and the work that you're doing?
Probably everybody can find me on LinkedIn. I've not been very active on LinkedIn recently, as I've been trying to spend more time on other things like learning myself and educating, and then also on family. And I've had quite intense work situation over the last year. But if you want to get in touch, you will be able to find me on LinkedIn and then send me a message. And occasionally, every now and then, I will look there, and perhaps
will join an Agile Coach camp in Finland, right? I'm sure Pascal will be there.
I decided they're planning now a coach camp in August, end of August. But there have been, due to the economic situation, not enough participants. And anyway, this year I decided myself to have a break. So, I'm eager to 2026. So probably if we are lucky enough to have sponsors and people to support that, then I will be there in 2026.
Absolutely. Pascal, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Yeah, thank you. And I wish all the audience, I don't know if that's published before the summer, a good summer. And all the best for everybody.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.